So my guy just arrived. How can I get a job? How do you guys think I can get a job? I want to start working. He was like, oh, if I feel work tomorrow, self, I go work. As in, Nigeria just tire me. I just want to come hustle. My family, they suffer for back home. If you see how many people gather, put money for account. If you can't understand pidgin, I don't know. Should I finarize? Do you want me to finarize? Okay. If you see how many people gathered and put money in my account to come to Australia, oh God. Sorry, that's terrible. Let me drink water. Okay. If you know how many people came together and put money, I have to work, I have to pay them back. The guys on ground were like, I'm on a disability, nursing home, na care work. What do you want to do? He said, he was an accountant back home. He said, forget the accountant, so nobody will give you a job here without experience. Nothing. All our people na disability where they do. I just sat there. And so this guy was like, really? And then someone now came and said, I get one guy. I have a guy that's going to even help you with your CV. He will package it so that you will get disability. Next week, if you start, this is straight into the community, straight into somebody telling you that's all you can do. Landing into somebody telling you that you don't have an option. This is what everybody is doing. In fact, they even gave you assistance, CV writing. What else do you need? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Doing Diaspora, where we talk about all things living in the diaspora, how to thrive in the diaspora, how to get ahead, and basically how to navigate your way through if you're a migrant that's just coming or you've been in the diaspora for a while and you have some input into some of the topics that we discuss. Welcome, subscribe, join the family, and let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about a very popular question and something that has been raised a lot. I've seen it in blogs and things like that on social media about why migrants avoid migrants from their own country when they travel overseas. Let's see. This is a very common one. I'm Nigerian, so I will refer to my people in my community. So the question is, should Nigerians avoid other Nigerians when they go overseas or when they go abroad? And why does it happen? So we're going to be talking about that, breaking it down. If you're not Nigerian, because I've heard about this in the Zimbabwean community as well, that sometimes it can be a little bit toxic, not wanting you to get ahead of them, or everyone is happy with you as long as you're below them. And once you start to thrive, then everyone gets threatened and you start hearing your gist outside or something like that. So if you're from another community, let me know down below if this is something that happens in your community as well, or is this just something that happens in the Nigerian community? We are very interested to know. So why Nigerians avoid other Nigerians in the diaspora? Now, I have a disclaimer before I get started. This is not all Nigerians, okay? It might be certain groups of people avoiding certain types of Nigerians, okay? So this is not a general blanket term referring to all Nigerians as like a homogeneous unit, okay? Sometimes it happens where you tend to avoid other Nigerians because of a limiting mindset in terms of career progression. People trying to push you to what has worked for them. Limiting mindsets, basically doing what is popular in the culture. And if you come in with something completely different and then you're seen as trying to create your own way and it's like, this one does not listen, or you're trying to do things on your own. And so that's limiting because that doesn't allow you to explore beyond, what you can do. Okay, the second point is wanting you to follow a certain pathway, either one that they followed or one that they wish they had followed. And this is very popular in the Nigerian community here. When you first arrive in the country, people might tell you, it happened to me, like, don't do, what are you doing public health for? It's not on the list. And the list means the skills occupation list that eventually gets you permanent residency. It's not on the list. You're not going to get invited. Public health, what does that even mean? What is the occupation that you're going to get? My sisters and brothers, they really harassed me. I felt like, do nursing. Nursing will always be on the list. Do engineering. Do this. I'm like, but I don't have passion for that. It's a very selfish job. I don't know if I'm selfish, but I cannot. I'm not a nurse. I don't have a patience. Remember, annoy me. I don't want you to be my patient again. They'll fire me. I know it's not my thing. You get me? You're not going to get on the list. Let me tell you, everybody that comes here, prioritize your stay, your PR, this. I'm like, but I'm not passionate about that. I want to do public health. They're like, see this one. Just arrived, JJC, we shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, I got my PR. Okay. So the list was such a fluctuating thing. Like today, your course can be on the list. Tomorrow they can remove it. I remember back then, all these people that did engineering, and there was a time they removed it from the list when I was living in Perth, and there was just chaos, especially when it's like your last year and you're like, after this I'm going to apply for PR, and before you know, immigration just come and remove it from the list, and then you're like, oh Lord, what's going to happen? So that's when my faith came in, and I was like, I know the Lord I serve. He will remove another job and put my public health on the list. That's not really what happened, but you know, he made a way. And that's another gist. If you want to know how I pathwayed myself to permanent residency, comment down below. I will do video. My own is just to give you guys gist. I tell someone, February makes it 10 years I've been in this country. In fact, I'm a veteran of Australia. Of course, I'm still learning as I go, but it's like 10 years worth of experience. So I question a lot of the status quo. People are like, if you don't do this, you won't get. I'm like, it's a lie. Do it. Believe in yourself, okay? And if it doesn't work, don't say I said so. And then again, I'll give you guys one story. I was in Canberra one time, and someone had just, you know, arrived Australia, right? We were in a house, it was like a house party, and there were lots of people there, like lots of guys, girls, and everything. And so this guy just came, like literally fresh off the boat, JJC, Johnny Just Come. In case you don't know what that means, it means a new arrival or new entrant, okay? Anyways, he arrived and he just came in like, you know, because when you come up from Nigeria, it's like, I'm going to greener pastures, I'm going to go and walk. All these people that are talking, they're lazy. When I get there, I will walk even if it's through the night. If you burnout is real. So my guy just arrived. I don't know him. This is just me observing, and this is me already. I'm working in a corporate job in my sector. And so he arrived and he was like, oh my guy, so how can I get a job? How do you guys think I can get a job? I want to start working. They're like, you just arrived now, you won't start working. He was like, oh, if I feel work tomorrow, I go walk. I just tire me. I just want to hustle. My family, they suffer for back home. If you see how many people gather, put money for account. If you can't understand pidgin, I don't know. Let me speak. Should I finalize? Do you want me to finalize? Okay. If you see how many people gathered and put money in my account to come to Australia, oh God. Sorry, that's terrible. Okay, so he was basically trying to say that a lot of people came together, put money in his account, and contributed to him coming to Australia. But you see, this my gist is sweeter in pidgin. Oh God. Let me drink water. It's water that used to calm me down when I'm fired up. Okay. If you know how many people came together and put money, I have to work, I have to pay them back. My dear, that's how the guys on ground were like, I'm on a disability or nursing home or na care work. What do you want to do? He said, he was an accountant back home, he was making good money, but you know now, Nigeria, he said, forget the accountant, so nobody will give you a job here without experience. Nothing. All our people na disability, what they do? I just sat there. And so this guy was like, really? And then someone now came and said, I have a guy that's going to even help you with your CV. He will arrange it, he will package it so that you will get disability. Next week, if he starts. And this is straight into the community, straight into somebody telling you that's all you can do. Landing into somebody telling you that you don't have an option. This is what everybody is doing. In fact, they even gave you assistance, CV writing. What else do you need? Like, because of that, it's limiting. It's good to have a balance. We're going to talk about why even hanging out with your community is actually beneficial. That balance is very important. But let's just keep going. So that's just one example of something that can happen when you come in and you have people with limiting mindsets. Because they've not tried any other way, they're telling you, oh my guy, this is the only way. That's what everybody's doing. There are other things you can do. So another reason why people tend to avoid people in their community, and I've heard about this in other African communities as well in diaspora, is because people seemingly want you to do well. Everybody wants to help you, but nobody actually wants you to be doing better than them. It's a very sad situation where it's like, you want to start this business? Okay, I'll support you. I'll give you all these ideas. Before you know, once you start getting popular, you'll be like, leave that one, no. She has blown. She's not very rich. So because of that, nobody can even call her again. She does not even pick my calls. It's very few people, and they do exist, that genuinely want you to be happy and to progress. Whether it's more than them, the way I see progress is that if my friend is progressing, well, let's say I wish, you're carrying me, we're all progressing together. Is it only me that sees it like that? Like, if you're progressing, we are progressing. That's why I'm your friend. That's why I choose wisely. In fact, if you're my friend second and you're not progressing, then we will start to, you know, shift ourselves a little bit and be like, auntie, pray for yourself, because when progress happens, I mean, the spirit of progress is in the building. You get me? Yeah, I said it. Okay, next point. Another reason why people tend to avoid their own community is to avoid community gist and gossip. I don't think there's any community that gossip more than migrant communities. And that's because there's so many expectations on what you're supposed to do because of where you come from. Our culture does not permit this. Our culture permits this one. You're supposed to serve your husband like this. So you don't do this to your husband. Look at how you're raising your children. You allow your child to talk to you like that. So you don't cook for your husband. So your husband is the one cleaning for you. So your husband is... Because culture is ingrained in us, and it's really hard for people to just shift their culture away, if that makes sense. Let's talk about some areas that people tend to gossip about. Personal choices and relationships. Being in a relationship with someone outside your culture. You know, you want to date an Australian or a white person, they will talk. The person you're dating in the community, they know that one has a gigolo, they will talk. The person you're dating in the community is useless, does not even work, they will talk. Personal choices in relationship is not your own, it's the community's relationship. The conversations are mainly centered around the deviation from cultural norms. It's like, so this one that just came yesterday, she has already started speaking French. Why are we like this? Why? Okay, back to it. Other conversations could be around your lifestyle, your career decisions, you not being Nigerian enough. There's so many things that people can gossip about, and it's only people that know you that tend to have an opinion around you. So sometimes people just avoid them entirely. Sometimes people can just carry false rumors about you just to, you know, to tarnish your name and things like that. So I've always been one of those people that believe in keeping a small circle. I wouldn't say non-Nigerians specifically because I have Nigerians in my circle, but I have a lot of non-Nigerians as well. And it's not just Oyibo, it's like Kenyans, Zimbabweans, and they're really genuine people. You get to learn a lot about the culture, you get inspired. It's just, yeah, you have to diversify. That's what my opinion is. I don't think you should stick to one community, but I think you don't want to lose your culture in all of the migration and living in diaspora. So, hoarding of information. That's another reason. Our people hoard information too much. And it's like that scarcity mentality, you know, where you're like, I don't want to share this information. No. I know how long it took me to get it. Let them go and get it by themselves. Or I'm the one that started it. I'm the only one that's gonna... My dear, there's room for everyone. And the sad thing is that we've seen other communities progress based on linking up and collaborating with their own people. And so it's really, really, when I say it's sad, it's really, really sad that this is still something that happens in the Nigerian community. People are afraid because they think sharing information can increase competition. But unfortunately, if we come together, we can actually do more and do better. So that's just the reality of things. And there's this desire to maintain exclusive information, the belief that, if you don't tell anybody, that means you're going to progress faster. That's not always the case. Sometimes when you tell people things, they're able to help you, give you advice, support you on how to progress. And the thing about giving information is that you will never lack information. Information will be provided to you. Information will be falling at your lap, you know. It's not good when you hold on to information so tight like that. It's at your own detriment. That's the truth. The last thing why people tend to avoid their own people is that you can get stuck in a cultural bubble. You don't get to explore other experiences. You're in a foreign country for a reason. Try to eat their food. I have people that say, I don't eat this food, only Nigerian food. Try to eat their food, mix up with their people. Acculturate, get yourself settled in to the culture and teach them your culture, learn their culture, and create a beautiful balance. So these are some of the reasons why migrants might avoid their own fellow migrants in a foreign land. And I guess there might be some that I've missed. Tell me if you agree with what I'm saying, which one of them resonates with you, and share a story of when it has happened. And also tell me if there's any ones that I missed as well. So we're going to be talking about the benefits of having a connection to your own community. One thing I can tell you that Nigerian community doesn't lack is that familial gathering, that familial feeling and community and feeling like you belong to a community. We don't ever lack that. I'll give you a story about when I got pregnant and I had my baby, and I remember just lots of people, because this is what we do back home. People would just be knocking on your door and dropping food, checking. I had someone that even came and cleaned my house. I had people sleep over to help me look after the baby. I had people, like, it was just warming. And these are not things that are very common in the Caucasian community because everybody's working, everybody's busy. But these are people that might cancel shifts or go from your house to their shifts. It's just see that community gathering, that belonging. I don't know where else you can find it, and it's a beautiful thing to have. Also, you have a network of people that have lived your life, or you have a network of people that understand your struggles, understand where you're going, understand where you've been. they can relate with you, so you can share your struggles with them. If you explain some of the struggles you have to somebody that is not Nigerian or not from your community, they can't really understand. They'll just be asking you, is that really how it is in Africa? I'm like, my friend, go and sit down. I'm talking to you again. So you have people that can watch your children or help you depending on how you develop those friendships. So those are some of the pros. So my question is that, what will you be doing when you come now? Will you be completely avoiding your people, or will you be finding a balance? I think finding a nice balance is very important. Avoid being overseen, being at every event, every occasion. Remember, ease of access, so having access to you constantly breeds over familiarity. Do you understand? Someone can now say, I know this girl now, she's there everywhere, and they don't even know anything about you. So you can pick and choose where you appear or where you represent, and that's key. Generally, the advice is to mind your business, make the connections that matter, don't isolate yourself, and enjoy your stay overseas. It's really a beautiful place to be. Australia is lovely. And if you're in any other country and you can relate to this, please comment down below. And let's keep it going in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Bye.